it's not the stand your ground law that allowed people like George Zimmerman to get off. It was, in his case, it was just charging him incorrectly. They went to try to charge him based on premeditated murder, and that was the first mistake. They should have charged him on manslaughter, because it's hard to sit there and prove that, you know, that murder was premeditated, that he actually had intentions of killing Trayvon that night. He didn't even know Trayvon personally. All he did was follow him. That doesn't build a case for saying he had intentions, bad intentions to kill him. They should have did manslaughter. If they would have pressed the issue on manslaughter, then that just means that whatever happened, it led to him illegally, you know, firing at old boy and taking his life and whatnot. So it's a big difference in the way prosecutors are trying these cases, and we're ignorant of the law, so we just think, oh, they got off. No, they got off from the time that they went to charge these dudes. And then they have these idiots like, what's his name, Benjamin Crump, the lawyer that, you know, backed up Trayvon Martin. I think he tried to back up Mike Brown and so forth. This dude is only out for money. He knows better. It's the lawyer's job to make sure that whenever the prosecutor is charging someone, that lawyer for the family should be making sure that that prosecutor is bringing them up on the correct charges. And in most of these cases where you see police officers killing our people, they're being charged with premeditated murder, knowing that it's going to be hard for the prosecution to prove that, as opposed to if they charge them with manslaughter, then yeah, it'll be a lot easier case to be able to get pushed through. I think the reason why we go for premeditated murder is because the lawyer's probably geesing the family up saying, hey, you get more time for premeditated murder, which is true. They get less time for manslaughter. Unfortunately, if you get a cop and you try him on manslaughter, he'll get out a lot sooner than he would if it was premeditated. But you at least are getting his ass locked the fuck up for the crime he committed. You know what I mean? So we have to stop thinking like, you know, firearms are bad because of police brutality, or firearms are bad because you got a white boy that runs up in a movie theater and shoots a bunch of people, and as if that was the issue, when these firearms have been around for a long fucking time, to the point where in the South you used to see white boys rolling in their Jeeps to the high schools with a pickup truck and their shotgun in the pickup truck going to school, and they never shot nobody in that school. What it is we have a mental health crisis. And because we have a mental health crisis, that is lending to the violence that you see going on, the gun violence that's going on right now. They want to ban AR-15s. I mean, you had a dude, I think it was in Australia, I had posted this a while ago, he killed like 10 people with a knife. So, I mean, anything can be turned into a weapon. You want to eliminate a threat, you have to eliminate it in the mind before you eliminate it in the physical. Because what happened is you're going to use these laws to, you know, first say, let's eliminate AR-15s. Let's push for more quote-unquote gun control. And eventually you end up getting rid of guns. The same thing Hitler did right before he persecuted the Jews. The same thing any government does when they're trying to change the form of government. They remove the firearms from the hands of the people. Before there's an economic collapse, they usually go after the firearms, because when there's an economic collapse, it's harder for the military and the police to be able to take those people and house them in one section because they have firearms. When they ban firearms, they're not going to go after the average, you know, criminal in the street. You know, whether he's a white boy with mental issues looking to shoot up a school, or whether he's a nigga in Chicago looking to shoot up a rival gang member, they're not going to go after those dudes because they all got illegal firearms. So they don't even know how to find them or what type of weapons they have because it's not documented. When they get rid of firearms, they come after people who own firearms legally. And when you remove the firearms out their hands, then it makes them easy victims for the criminals who actually keep their firearms. So in the case of mental health, keep people with mental health issues walking into crowded places and killing people, I'd rather have a firearm because I know that there's people out there than not have a firearm and have to depend on the police.
If Mecca did this.